I owned the heat and air conditioning business with my father. Okay. And then I actually went to school for engineering, believe it or not. I left school at 14 and I went back at 30. My dad, when he passed away, my brother's a doctor and I was a fucking chem. So my father says, I want to see you, you could have been more. So I went back to school for him. And then I ended up getting a job working in the engineering department in high-rise construction.
Okay.
And then the pandemic hit and I went broke, belly up. Then I started doing this to keep myself sane, but I started making a couple of little dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like how I could pay my car. Someone would give me $500 to go to his place. And that's what happened. That's how this started. I bought a 2-family house and gut renovated it. And the building department shut me down the same week COVID hit. So have fun trying to get permits. Of course, I was in construction. We fucking took the whole house down. Like, you know what I mean? So we went to live in my grandmother's house with my son. And I was just like bugging out. So once they started saying all this shit about people going out of business, I didn't go there as a hero. I went there to see people, that I like eating in their places. And then Fox 5 ran a story that I was helping everybody. And then I started trying to help, but it really wasn't. That's what happened. And then I parlayed it into, kept trying to find ways to pivot. And, I took a shot.
And look at you now. How you doing?
How you doing? I got people screaming, how you doing? They told me Wendy Williams started it. Fuck, I never watched her in my life, Wendy Williams. She's ocean guy.
You don't seem like a Wendy Williams fan.
No, I'm just saying. Joey from Friends, he says it, but he don't do it the same way.
Everyone does everything.
Who gives a fuck?
Are you having a good time doing it?
Yeah, I'm having fun. What's weird for me? You're not saying like you reap what you sow. I don't realize how much work I'm putting in. And when I take a second to chill, I'm like, damn, like I got all this shit going on. I got people coming up to me. Oh, you're doing so great. And I'm like just working.
Working.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just working.
It's another day in a life for a guy like you.
Were you doing this at all and working a day job after COVID, or by the time COVID ended, you were full-time?
When COVID stopped, maybe I was making $2,500 a month off it. So my boss was cool. He said, keep going, I don't care. But the employees started being scumbags. What I used to do is, let's say I had a booking, I would tell the guys, we had union workers, I would say, here's $500. Well, you guys treat yourself. I'm gonna run out and go do this, and I come back. Then I start feeling like I'm robbing my boss. So I went and had a conversation with him. He said, look, take a shot. I think you're hilarious. Do what you gotta do. Worst case scenario, you ain't gonna forget. I wasn't a guy who got a job because I knew somebody. I got a job because I knew what I was doing. Well, he said, you're not gonna forget what you're doing. Go and see what happens. So that was it. And then I went back to work one time for a competitor that he said I could act like Little Mo. He don't give a fuck. And I couldn't be on the construction site. Everybody, how you done? It was just didn't work out. So that's it. Now I got to make it work.
Good for you. Beside your boss, you have any good people in your corner that tell you to stick with it? Or?
Nah, from the beginning. My friends were crazy. My friends that wouldn't even be on a fucking camera. They would call me a rat for being on a camera. I wasn't even allowed to take a picture with an officer. I got officers come up to me. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. They call me rat. These guys are shot. And then once I started doing good, everybody wants me to go to a restaurant. I went to everybody. I'm done. Now my phone rings. I got another number that I flip it over to. You can have 2 SIM cards. I flip it over. Call my phone, it'll be off. But now I do. I got an interesting group of people. Like, it's weird for me. Like, I feel like
you have an agent.
I got an agent. Yeah, I got an agent and a manager.
Who's your agent?
William Morris.
And your manager?
And Brostein.
Okay.
Yeah, like an agent and manager. Listen, it's funny because when I first went out, like whatever, the people that looked out or is always people like a guy like you, like you're a seasoned guy. Say you're cool. I get people like that are cool. I think, and I'm like that too. I think because some people, if they're bitter, they're the ones that, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
anybody that you threaten.
Right.
Okay, that's what comics do. They feel threatened and you threaten them.
Yeah.
So they've been doing comedy 15 years.
Yeah.
And you're saying, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I got a whole story behind it. You know what was crazy? I was watching Matt Rife, right? And I'm watching him and I'm saying, this kid's quick on his feet, but he don't have the swagger like we have. So in my head, I'm like, damn, man, I could fucking somebody who's a little fucking slick that could get away with talking in black Spanish. I could say shit to everybody. I only had one person leave my show, and I gave 100 to tell her to get the fuck out of there. So like, what I'm saying is, I said to myself, if you got a little flavor, like I watched him, because we grew up quick on our feet. You know what I'm saying? And he's quick on his feet, but it's a different style. And that started embedded in my head. And then really what happened is I was hosting a wing eating contest in Buffalo. It was like 80,000 people. And I'm in front, and I'm like, I liven up from the crowd.
Yeah, you got that.
And I says to myself, I'm like, you know, I was looking to separate myself from the social media guys because I never felt like one. I came in as an adult. They're all kids. And I'm the type of person, if I do something with somebody on camera and then I hate them, I want to erase it from the world. So they just don't grow up like us. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm old school. I grew up with older guys. I was a younger guy. You're older than me, but I grew up with my father, my uncle in the truck. Like, I've always been around older guys. Like, if you say something, you're wrong, I don't have to prove you're wrong. I just show you respect. Yeah. He's nuts, Uncle Joe.
Why are you going to start a fucking argument for?
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Like, the way I grew up, if you're mad at me, you don't say you're sorry. Like, you ain't going to say sorry. You'll push a plate of pasta to me. And then if I say something, I don't fucking want it. That's a problem. But you get what I'm saying. Like, we grew up different. These guys. So I just want to separate myself from all these guys. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try to do comedy. I had brokered. So WB didn't want to sign me at first with comedy. They just wanted the social media thing. And then I brokered it that I got a comedy agent. My branding agent left. And my comedy agent took the lead. And he was a cool dude. He was like, yeah, faith in me. He's like, come on, you got to get out there. You got to do what you got to do. And really what happened, I couldn't get time. Nobody wanted to give me time. So I took my own show in Rodney's. You know Rodney's. I sold 4 shows out. I mean, and then that was it, you know. I was with a different manager at the time. And that was it. They started booking shit. We did 14 shows, sold them out. 14 went to 42. We did 38, sold out. Then I got 70 shows nationwide, and then it went, started slowing down. You know, I sold out some good ones. Hollywood Improv I did on a Monday. That was good. But, you know, I had my shows I didn't sell. I had a lot of shows I lost money. You know, I mean, you know the business.
Yeah.
I went to Petaluma, California. Where the fuck is that? I went to do some fucking, it was a Masonic Hall or something. I'm being dead serious. It really was. It was like Live Nation got it. It was like this is Masonic Hall or something. They put me in these fucking places.
You've moved fast and you've moved quick. Take what they gave you. You don't want to be a problem so far.
Yeah.
If you know for a fact, pull them aside. In fact, don't even say nothing to him. Call your agent on Monday. And then you'll know if he's in cahoots with them.
Right.
A lot of them are in cahoots. That's just the way life is.
Yep.
You know, you steer somebody, it's like everybody talks about the medical profession. What do? You give them, if you come in for a fucking toenail hang, they'll give you the same shit. This will work. At the end of the year, they get a trip to Hawaii. You know? And
you know what's the new racket they do? Running your socials. That's the biggest racket going. Because, you know, people get good money to run your socials, right? There's people who get comedians paying $5,000
for what? To run your social
to
network?
post your post.
We don't talk about that here, brother.
Oh, no?
We're talking about life here. So, you know, who gives a fuck about your socials, brother?
No, I said it's a racket they're doing, I'm
yeah.
saying.
No. That's for fucking idiots that never sold a nickel bag in their life. They don't know how to fucking sting. You know, they don't know. And then you have to post all the time to find out your best times. You're signing with some guy that doesn't know your trends. He doesn't know anything about you. He said, oh, you got 20 new people, which are all computer, Chinese people, dressed up as computers. You know, all that shit's a scam. Stay away from it. Oh, you could buy people. I don't want to buy nobody. Then they do a video and there's no comments. But they got 8 million people. Come on, man. Come on.
You had to wake up early in the morning and pull the fucking wool.
Come on. Yeah. You got 8 million people but 3 comments.
They got more moves
and one of them was your grandmother. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. And that's the problem with this business. There's distractions. It's like your agent. I guarantee he calls you Fridays to give you a booking. As soon as you land in the hotel, hey, we got an up because you don't have your book with you. You don't have your book with you. You don't have time to know where Toledo and Cleveland is. So you book Toledo and it's an hour away. People are going to come and see you and go, we just saw you 3 weeks ago at the Cleveland.
Yeah, you got to be on top of things.
Damn it. So these are all the things you got. They ain't going to tell you and they ain't going to spoon feed you. Half these agents today, bro, are not the agents I started with. Okay? They're not. They don't give a fuck where you go. And they're on your side. Oh, yeah, you're going to do great. They don't give a fuck. They're throwing spaghetti against the wall. They got 11 guys on a Friday. They throw spaghetti out. And then some guys sell out. And some guys, the club owner said there was a lot of people there last week. And this week there was a race. Who gives a fuck? He just didn't sell a ticket. You know? And that's the problem that they have. Everything's a fucking smokescreen. And everything, a comic like you right now, all you should be worrying about is writing jokes and getting on stage. Don't worry about the fucking socials. You do the best socials anyway. Why are you going to pay some white kid that went to Syracuse? That's never eaten some chick's asshole. You don't know nothing about life. But I'm telling you, you're not going to do anything for me.
If somebody, she like, you've been down this road, you know, or you're giving me knowledge. If someone hasn't done something before, I would never take advice from in anything.
Yeah.
No.
If you're going to tell me how to put a boiler in?
Yeah, no.
It's like an old Italian sitting on a bucket. They used to come. I used to put boilers in. What was that? How you doing? Mazel
That's a
tov.
little something. That's a little stuffed shell.
You got to hit him with a little, you got a stuffed shell? I had stuffed
Yesterday.
shell last night.
I love stuffed
With the
shell.
ricotta.
I love
best. I
fucking
love
with
stuffed
cheese
shell.
on top.
Money got.
But it's like when you get to LA. What do you want to do? You want to act. Okay. We like you, little Mo. Now you got to get headshots. Well, I got a friend. No. We got a guy that's been in Life magazine. It's 800. And then they start with the, hey, little Mo, I see you as a pizza guy, as a gangster, as a delivery driver. We want you to take headshots for all of those. So it's whatever, if you keep saying, yeah, it's like that chick that says, I'll fuck you after you buy me a diamond. You know, I thought about it. I want 2 diamonds. And they keep raising it. You don't do nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm giving you one headshot. And if you're real, because you're telling me, right? They're all telling you how good they are. You'll make it work with a headshot. I had a manager for 3 years. Never even had a headshot. Guy got me into fucking, so don't tell me your bullshit. They don't want to sell. They just want to send the headshot, and it's a miracle. Yo, listen, I don't know what you're doing for this movie, but you got to take a look a little more, a little harder. They don't do that no more. It says on the breakdowns, no inquiries, please, and they believe that. They buy into
That's
that.
crazy.
We're from fucking the East Coast.
Well, I was working on Wall Street, 15 years old.
It doesn't matter. We don't buy into
No, I'm saying we could sell. I could sell.
No,
You gotta
but we
do.
We don't buy into none of that shit. Get what you got for right now. But what about the photography? Next time, once you make me money, you're telling me about all this money I'm going to make. And now I don't have that money right now. Let's just get the ball going. Get on the fucking phone and call some people. And they don't. And well, we didn't get no call. Well, you're not supposed to. We think the bird of happiness, you open your door and he's right there with a check for you every fucking day. No, you got to get out of the house. You got to move the car. You got to do 1,000 things. It's the same way.
I haven't fucking lifted a
They
finger for a tool.
whiten everything up. Well, if you want to be liked, you need to, no, go. I don't want to be liked. I just want you to know that I'm trying to make money. I'm not going in there being, I don't know nobody. When you go into the audition, you don't know nobody. You know how people go in, I'm a friend of George. I don't know nobody. I don't know nobody. I don't want to know nobody. I'm here to do a fucking job to rock your world. Everything else is just, you know what I'm saying? And you're green. So they're going to sell you.
Oh, I'm fucking green, yeah.
All that dumb shit. You know, they're going to sell you all that shit. And you're going to go, no, not interested. It's been working for me this way. Why would I go to your 4-year college thing?
Yeah.
You've never done nothing. You maybe played the tuba in the 6th grade. That's all you've ever done. And that's the problem that we have today. You have too many pots in the fucking thing, and nobody, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on. Yes, you do. Wait till you do Live Nation shows.
I just did it.
You go to look at your tickets, and your tickets are $800 now, and you sell 4 of them. Do you get the balance of that?
No, it goes towards union fees and shit.
Yeah. Nobody knows nothing.
I didn't know nothing.
Nobody, the agents, we don't know where that money goes. All right.
In Petaluma, the one I did in the Masonic Hall was a Live Nation.
Yeah. Says, we don't know. Okay. And that's how they are. So you got to hold a little piece. You always have an ace in your pocket. I'm always thinking way ahead of them. I always got an ace in my pocket.
Yeah.
And once you start working with the same agent, you learn. They're trying to fucking get you to work. They'll tell you whatever you need to hear. It's a great room. It's like when people say to me, come look at the theater. Listen, I don't want to look at your fucking ugly theater. I don't care if Emma Ray did a show here. I don't care if Jimi Hendrix played here. All I care about is that check. And it better be right. Everything else, I don't fall for. All the smoke and mirrors they want you to fall for, I don't know nothing.
It's tough business.
Very tough business.
It's not-
That's the toughest.
You know what's good? No matter where I go, beef short rib.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just something about it. You can't fuck it up.
I'm not. When you get older, you'll see. Meat doesn't hang with you too much. When I get a 14-ounce steak, it's got to be fucking clean. Like clean. Like
Or you'd be all jammed
I
up.
went to get a steak the other day at one of my favorite places for lunch. I said, let me get a 14-ounce. It looked like somebody's pussy, and they smashed it with a mallet. It had fat and fucking, it was unequal. It was fucking horrible, you know?
you go to a nice place?
And I ate, it's a nice place, but they just gave me a shitty piece of fucking meat.
Fuck.
I went home, I was shitting blood because listen, my asshole is the test. It's like in the old days, people would, oh, well, we're going to test cocaine. Put it in the, listen, put it in my nose. I'll tell you within minutes how good this cocaine is. Okay.
Coke had a big comeback. Everybody's on Coke.
Yeah, but anyway.
Fucking crazy.
But
Good
that's
for
the
you,
same
though.
way I feel with meat that, you know, you want to buy lizard meat? There's tons of it available. You want to save $4 on meat? There's tons of meat available. You know, you buy
I don't even know the difference with all these different cows.
Me neither. You don't need to know.
Can you eat a bull?
No.
Wait a second. I think people eat bulls.
No, I know, but I don't.
No, but there's people eat it, right?
I have no fucking
But is
idea.
that beef too?
I
That's
have
in
no
Spain.
I
idea.
can't understand all this shit.
Yeah, no.
I don't know the difference between a lamb and a fucking
You know,
goat.
you go for shrimp. You go for shrimp. You can have those little Katrina shrimp.
Yeah, the ones they don't clean
Or you
out,
get
right?
the nice prawns for yourself and
The
your
prawns
family.
are crazy.
Yeah,
It
and
looks
this
like a
is
fucking
all I.
octopus.
This is
You guys
all
worry
I
about
ask.
You got sleep apnea?
Mm-hmm.
You got the machine?
Mhm.
You put the one in your nose?
Mm-hmm.
I got the one for my mouth. I tried the one in the nose. I felt like I was swallowing boogers. I
I
got
do
it.
the whole fucking thing. 20 years now.
20 years.
No
I got to
drama.
use it more, right?
Got to use it every night or you're
I
going
know,
to fucking die. You're going to
Oh, he
fucking
said-
die.
What the fuck?
That's the way you got to look at
I
it.
know. I don't do it.
That shit kills motherfuckers.
It does.
So,
How'd
you
you,
know,
find
one
out?
knock-
Well, my tongue was dry. It makes your
Yeah.
tongue dry, right?
makes everything dry. It makes your dick dry because you're not processing. So let's say you're on a diet. You're going to gain weight because you're not sleeping. You could be on the best diet, fucking Johnny Sweeney rubbing your feet. If you don't get 8 hours, you ain't going
I
to
got the
fucking
machine.
lose
I got to
weight.
use it.
Yeah.
I use it a couple of times.
What's
It's,
the
it's
machine?
hard to
Listen,
get used to it. I feel
That's
like.
little by little. One
Yeah.
night, 2 hours.
Yeah.
The next night, 2:15. The next night, 2:30. And
That's
then
how
you
you gotta do
suffer. And then one day, you're going to get sick and tired of falling asleep behind a car. You're going to get sick and tired of feeling like I could do anything and I still feel like shit. And that's when you go, you know what? Let me pay attention to this because
Yeah,
you're
that's-
getting older, Mo.
Yeah.
If you were 23, I'd tell you to snort coke and not put the
Yeah.
machine on like I did. I never put the machine on. But you start waking up and you start feeling it in the daytime. And it's the truth. That shit kills motherfuckers. It's a
Yeah, I
slow
seen you with,
fucking
I think
needle.
I had the same model and serial number or something. I seen you had the one with the nose. I seen you with it. Because everybody thought you were dying when they seen that
Oh,
thing.
no. That's the hospital.
That was the hospital? I thought it
Yeah.
was a sleep apnea machine.
No. When I
What
went
the-
to get fucking surgery.
You had knee surgery, they gave you that?
Yeah, that's what they put in your nose for oxygen, brother. That's what everybody puts in your nose. Even when I go to hyperbaric chamber, that's what
You
they
know my
put in-
favorite place to go, I swear? This is shot. I think I learned this when I was away as a kid. I go to City MD all the time. Infirmary, you know when you're away, you go to infirmary?
No.
The nurse's
You don't went to
office?
infirmary?
Yeah, but no.
Like you don't, when you get sick, you go there?
Yeah.
I used to get neurotic. I would go there and fucking like for attention or something. I don't know what it was. I swear to God. I did half a bit in there. I go now to City MD. I go in there. They says, well, what are you in here for today? I said, I'm fucking sick. And they go, you wouldn't believe how many people come in here for attention.
Yeah.
Don't you have a regular, nice Italian doctor?
No, I had one. I used to live upstairs from him.
Then what the fuck happened?
You can't do them. It
Yeah.
takes so long to get into those places.
Oh,
Dude, it's
give me a fucking break.
You know what happened to me now? I'm
What
the
do you
boy
mean?
who cried wolf. I hurt my knee, right? I hurt my knee. So my whole family, my kid's 11, my wife, everybody makes fun of me that I'm sick all the time. My little daughter, she's got Munchausen's or whatever. My wife said I gave it to her. You know what Munchausen's is?
no.
That's what faggots have.
Munchausen's is like when you think when you think you're sick and you're not. It's like a disease.
Yeah.
My daughter's 4 years old. She comes walking. I can't go to school today. So anyway, my wife, I tore my meniscus. They thought I was lying. They're like, literally like, I go ask my wife to do something. You do it. I got a torn meniscus. Yeah, all right. I went, torn meniscus.
All right.
Imagine.
That
I
heals-
came here, I'm walking around
That
fine.
heals by itself.
You got one?
I got like 8 of them. They got yanked out, put back in.
I got a herniated disc. What do you got?
I got
That's
nothing.
an old Italian thing to do. You got to be sicker.
No, I don't got
It's
nothing.
like a one sick
you
Trump thing.
want to play that game? Call my wife. She'll play that game. She remembers the flu from 2011. Oh, the flu that year was bad. What are you talking about?
I was
Harry?
sicker than my wife when she gave
fuck
birth.
up.
My wife took a Xanax, and we were going to the hospital. She took, true story, my wife was like this. You have kids?
Yeah.
You know, my wife's belly was this big. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I went to the doctor telling her she was giving me anxiety. She gave me a Xanax. So I'm looking at her. She's looking on pop. And I says, I know I'm going to take this thing and something's going to happen. I take it. As soon as I knock out, get the fuck up. My water broke. There's my first kid. I didn't know. I think in my head, 23 hours, I'm going to be in there. Her screaming at me like this. This is crazy. I went to sleep on a windowsill. I remember.
How many kids you got?
I got 3. How you done? I got 2 little ones too.
How old are they?
I got 11, a 5, and a 4.
I got a 13. I'm 63.
Maron.
So knock it the fuck off, my friend.
How you done?
I got an automatic death sentence. That's why I put that sleep apnea machine on.
But the daughters are the best, no?
Yeah, I get along great with
The
them,
best.
you know, but still.
My son's a pain in the ass. I love him,
They're
but he's
all
crazy.
a fucking pain in the ass at one point. Even though how much you love them, doesn't
I
matter.
saw the
They
picture you
always-
put up yesterday for like putting her feet on your face.
Oh, yeah, for Father's Day.
Yeah. They're
Jesus
cute.
Christ.
That's old pictures, man. That's when she used to climb all over me. When she was a kid, I was like a fucking,
Jungle gym.
the other thing, like amusement park.
Oh,
I was
geez.
like a fucking amusement park.
Do you guys worry about, you were talking about eating, do you guys worry about gout? That's going around now, and that's like,
It doesn't go around. Italian men usually get it because of the sauce, the acidic buildup.
Does it really?
You get it in your
it's like
toe.
fat and, yeah.
Yeah, you get from the meat.
You tell me you got fucking got over the phone, I'll be limping into work tomorrow.
Oh.
Here's the thing that it's so funny because that's why I asked you a couple of questions. Italian men, real Italian men, at
Yeah.
some 90, 80%, 100% Italian. At some point, they get 2 things. Either they get gout or their body can't process sauce. Just can't do it. I have dear friends that can't eat sauce no more. That's like killing an Italian. That's like killing an Italian. Can't eat sauce, because
You get like heartburn from the
they get
sauce.
heartburn, they get really sick, and then the other half is the gout from the acid from the tomatoes, which I don't get. I went for Physical Friday. She sold me everything. The fucking COVID for the shingles. I passed on all of them. Fuck it. I walk around like Jesus with wounds.
You passed on all your fucking immunizations, like you just said. No?
Yeah, I pass on everything. Gout. The only one I take is
Hey, he gives me hope, I swear to God. I'm looking at him, I don't know if it's because I chewed that thing, and I'm going, you know what? I could fucking do it.
I should give you hope, brother.
You
'cause
are.
It's the truth. I
It's
should have been
true.
dead at 37.
I know.
And
I'm
then
saying, you went through a lot. When you're here,
you
rocking
gotta
and
drink
rolling.
water. You got to fucking relax.
Water.
You got to sleep.
It's
Why don't you
about
take
water, right?
shots?
Huh?
Why aren't you taking the shots?
What shots?
I don't know, whatever ones you turned down. You said you turned down like COVID and
I don't want those things in my system. Shingles and
They keep finding out that it was some
if
other
not,
bullshit.
you take one, you got to take 18 of them. Let's lock it up now. They haven't had the best reputation. I don't want to have a fucking vaccine. Next thing you know, I'm allergic to peanuts like every other fag in my fucking
No, it's
street.
true. You walk in, the radio station changes.
oh my God.
You don't know what the fuck they're giving
You don't
us.
know what they're giving
I don't know what they're giving us. I was
know,
like a test on me.
Who knows what they're giving these little babies,
What babies?
when they're born now, they give you a string of fucking vaccines. Then by the time the kid gets home, he can't
What's
sing.
that? What do you got over
He
there?
can't sling.
What do you got?
Nicotine gum.
I got to forget it.
Relax.
I know. I forgot. No,
None of those things taste like ass.
that thing was good you gave me for now. Because I remember last time I took it, I felt mint. I'm walking around, Gina, your sister Gina. I was pumped. And then I was lights out.
This was nice.
This is nice.
This
Is
is
this
nice.
about as old as it's gonna go? When you got into comedy, who was like the biggest names like at the time? Like who was real big at that time?
Roseanne had just hit. Roseanne had just blown up, and I started in Denver. So I would hear about it a lot more. Roseanne.
What are you doing over there?
That's where I lived for
You
13
out
years.
there, huh?
Yeah.
Denver by Comedy Works, they got over there.
Yeah. I started Comedy Works,
That's a good-
1991.
Good joint.
Good joint. And it was, what was the question?
Like who was the big names at the time?
It was Roseanne. The guys I knew that were big, well, I didn't know them, like Felicia Michaels. There was, San Francisco was big because MTV had a shot at San Francisco. Yo, MTV, whatever. So those San Francisco comics were showcased a lot. But I like Lenny. Lenny Clark from Boston. That was one of my favorites. And a guy that I spoke to yesterday, one of my mentors was a guy named Todd Jordan. I like Todd a lot. We talk still, 36 years later. He took me on the road with him to do a bunch of sororities, fraternities. We had
It must have been fun.
18 one week and 16 the other.
Damn.
And yeah, he took me on
Doing
a 2
2
week
shows
run,
a night or something?
all in Colorado, in Greeley.
Nice.
So, he schooled me in those weeks. That motherfucker used to school me and shit. And I had another guy, Rick Kearns, who, he couldn't drive because he had 19 DUIs. So when you picked him up, stop at the liquor store, and you went and he picked up a big bottle of vodka, a little bottle of Gatorade, and he just mixed it. It was the whole bottle of vodka they put in there. And these guys, they guided you. You got an idea. I liked Rick because at the time, Rick took 5th place in the San Francisco comedy competition. And that's big in those times. That's when it was hard to even place in San Francisco. And he was this dirty kid from Denver and went up there to take a 5th. That's fucking big. And Todd, the guy who schooled me, was the HBO Comic of the Year in 1985. And this guy wrote, his jokes were another level. And now he just writes for people. He stopped doing stand-up as I started, I think he's been on a stand-up for 25 years. He just writes for people on a personal level. All these single shows that you see that have staff writers, they call Todd, and he writes for you. They don't know that you're paying him, but he writes for you. He's one of those guys. So I
want to ask you too is I feel when I was a kid, I grew up watching the Honeymooners. That's the type of shit I grew up with. It was funny. I remember I was in my agent's office with a bunch of agents, and I was told about the Honeymooners. This happened to me twice. It happened in my office.
They didn't know what you're talking about.
They didn't know what I was talking about, right? Because I'm saying they didn't know what I was talking about. And then when I was in L.A. for that Netflix crap, I was talking to Tony Hinchcliffe. He goes, I don't know what the Honeymooners are. I said, what? He goes, I like the Golden Girls. I said, I like the Golden Girls too, but you don't know what the Honeymooners is? I couldn't believe that nobody knew what the Honeymooners was.
I don't know if any of you guys seen a clip. There's a clip where Tom Segura's on one of these Tom LeBastard shows that jerk off. And he got into a mild argument. Not really an argument, but he was saying to Tom, how can you be involved in this and you never watched The Office, something else, and something else? And I looked at the 3 shows he said, and I go, I could answer that question. Because to me, they weren't big things in comedy. I think The Office and Wrexham Park, those 2 shows were they had all the potential of being huge. Everybody in there were 3 art shows, but they're not shows that are going to stick with you for the rest of your life. You're going to watch an episode, The Sopranos still sticks with you today. There's every 3 days something happens. You're like, oh shit, that's what Tony killed this one or something, I don't think these other shows had that. The Honeymooners was my, what do you call that? Foundation.
How old were you when the Honeymooners was out?
8. They got shot in 1951.
Yeah.
I think.
And they were black and white.
I'm not saying the Honeymooners is The Office is better than that. I'm not saying that at all. But I was watching The Office and that stuff around high school. So I think it just, you connect when you're young.
Guy with the mustache. That ain't funny. Yeah, but none of those guys were funny because it's the director. And the director calls cut. And they get to say that line again. They're not funny. They're funny characters on a sitcom.
The Honeymooners was fucking improv.
And it was something from a different level. Just all the levels of it. The way he did it. When you watch The Odd Couple. Somebody was talking about The Odd Couple the other night. But it's on every night at midnight, 2 episodes. And I'm like, I didn't know that shit. There's some episodes of The Odd Couple that'll rock your world. I was watching Sanford and Son. Me and my wife.
I just thought
me and my wife watch it once a night.
Sanford and Son. I only watch black and white.
Those are the shows. Those are the blueprints that other shows stole from. Well, there are 3 episodes of The Honeymooners that are written so fucking brilliantly that even after watching the episode 100 times, you're like, God damn it.
I watch them over and over.
The one with the $56,000 question? The one with the fucking, when he inherits the fucking money? That's one of the funniest episodes of all time.
The money on the bus, you talking about?
No, when he inherited the money and he made Norton 30% of his corporation. So Norton comes down with a suitcase the next day and he's like, what's that? He goes, how are you going to fit all the money? How are we going to bring back 11 million? He's like, Norton, are you an idiot? Well, why don't you go upstairs and cut money up and see if it even fits? I'm way ahead of you. He had already cut $11 million.
How about when he dressed up like the robot? Remember he made that outfit? So this is what I was getting at, because that was like, I'm going to segue from there. The reason why I'm asking you is, when you come into comedy the way that I came in, I think that I'm coming into a time in comedy, and this could be wrong, this is my opinion, where it's like, for some reason, people think like the only way comedy's done is a particular way. And my question to you is, years ago when you had these guys there was guys with different kind of acts, almost like vaudeville type shit, right? When in his 70s, the 80s, I seen people, Sanford, he had his own show. Remember? What was his show? You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh, Sanford and Son?
Yeah, Red Fox. He had a Red Fox show.
The Red Fox
and when
show.
you go, there was a comic, I don't know who he is. He was bald on the top with long hair. It was a real popular in the 80s.
I don't fucking know.
Anyway, he was doing fucking things, bringing out of a guitar box. He's bringing out shit. What I'm saying to you is, now in comedy, I feel like when I talk to people, they make it like there's none of that type of stuff. Like I heard someone talking, Seinfeld was talking with Sam and Sam Morrell and what's his name, and they were talking about people using a mic stand and saying as a prop, like that's not comedy if you're using the prop. And what I'm trying to see, for me, I do all crazy shit, but what I'm saying is, back in the day, that's how comics were. When did it get like where you don't do that? I don't see nobody doing shit like that no more.
I use the mic, it doesn't move, because that lets my hands be free to talk.
Right, but but do you get what I'm trying to say or no?
No, I don't think it applies to what the fuck you're thinking.
No?
Because all I want you to do is do comedy. Don't listen to those jerk-offs.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's on a different level, and he ain't going to give you no pointers anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if they do, they talk uppity in front of you. That's not. We're street guys. I talk to you how it is.
Yeah.
Put the fucking microphone down. You're Italian. Move your hands.
Yeah.
That's it. Or put a one piece like Janet Jackson. You could do that and look like a real fucking jack-off. You know what I'm saying? I want you to consider this. All those episodes, $99,000 question, that one, there's another one.
But when he had that thing, it could core an apple.
They were written by two people. And he said it. He goes, my shows were written by two pale Jews that did not get sunlight because they were such good writers. He goes, I would have to check on them and bring them like Jewish food and whiskey and shit. They would not leave that fucking apartment. His writing office was like a fucking, it wasn't in the studio. It was at a building. He had them at a high-rise, nice building. Look at the end of Saturday Night Live. They got 25 writers. And it sucks. Not one time will you watch Saturday Night Live and even giggle or go, oh my God, that's a brilliant joke. I've caught them do stock jokes before Saturday Night Live. So that's what I'm talking about. We just live they're all very white. Oh my God, I have this idea. Your idea sucks. Okay? The most exciting thing you ever did was go to the Macy's parade. I robbed the Macy's parade. That's the difference between me and you. You have no sense of humor. If, like De Niro says, or the other, Pesci says, if you would have a heart, you'd be out stealing for a living, making a real living. But you don't. You're fucking playing something, making believe you're a genius. The good thing about us that we get on stage 2 times a night, 7 times a week. And by 6 months, we'll improve. And 10 years is nothing. You'll be thinking, 10 years. When you're on the road, somebody goes, well, you shouldn't talk to the audience. A lot of guys don't like you talking to the audience.
I was watching somebody recently, Steve Martin was talking about stand-up because he did, and he was saying that he never looked at nobody's face in the audience. He looks above their head.
That's it. I don't look at him either.
Really?
I like him dark. That's why I love the Comedy Store. I don't know who's out there. I don't want to see nobody. You ever crack on a joke and you look up and your mother's looking right at you?
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to
worst.
see. You don't want to see, I don't want to see anybody's face.
I did a show. My mother grabbed the tickets in the City Winery. So then she caught a delusion. She realized I don't want it in the front row. So she gave it to these kids. They were young kids. So me, I use a clock. I have a clock that counts down. I know where I'm in my set. So it's funny. So they forgot to put the clock. So the feature gave it to the kid to give it to me. They're playing hot potato with the clock. I'm on stage. It was like a fucking disaster. Then I hit the kid with a sister joke I made from his sister, and the kid couldn't get over it the whole show. He was like, "Fuck it, because I said his sister pretty much was a whore. I said she walks around the neighborhood with her mouth open like a nutcracker, and the kid was like 16. You know, he was pissed, but that kind of threw the show off. I didn't love that place.
No, me neither.
You don't like it, right?
Too big.
It's weird.
Yeah.
They have a curtain or something. They put it down on me. Like I felt like I was in the Apollo. Like, what did I do something bad? They shut me down with the fucking curtain.
I've been played off stage.
For real?
Oh yeah.
You what?
I did a show at a casino in a bar, and they had you on top of the bar behind, like 10 feet back. They were doing like Charles Barkley impressions up front, and then like weird like 80s jokes. And they told me I had a certain amount of time, and they cut it early, and the DJs just started playing music, and the guy doing the Charles Barkley impressions came back on stage. It was. But it was, you know what's interesting is I did a show this weekend that like I was kind of bummed about. It was one of the ones with like, oh, last week we had, and even when I got there, like, oh, we've had a lot of tickets sold, and then it just not. But I had like 45 minutes, and I did about maybe 10 minutes of jokes. Like it was the first time where I wasn't like a couple years ago, I'd be like rehearsing my set list over and over because I didn't want to forget. And this was one of the first times where I just was myself. And I think you're talking about like what people aren't doing now. I think that's what people want to see, is they want to see people just being themselves and not like doing a memorized set.
Well,
I think
for me, like I try not to talk to the crowd because that's all they want from me. So once I do that, it gets derailed. So I'm learning how to I'm learning how to like.
And I don't answer them back either.
You don't answer me.
I don't answer them. I steam right over.
That was speaking of Denver. You did that.
Once you allow that first guy, you lost. I steamroll them. Nobody asks questions. I ask the questions.
You get the mic. You're the maestro.
If they talk, I don't even pay attention. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't. Because there's 800 other people in that fucking room. I'm not worried about these two fucking humps.
It is. You know what's weird?
And then if you turn around and throw them out and get into an argument, now you're the bad guy. It's tough to recover from that.
Yeah.
So I'd rather you steamroll them, and at the end of the show, 10 minutes in, that's you could say, you haven't shut the fuck up one time, you cocksucker. And you'll see the people around them start clapping. But if you do that in the 20-minute mark, now you got to do 40 minutes with that vibe that you just put out there. So it's very tricky. Steamroll them. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to know what you got to say, guy. You paid money to see me, not to talk.
Yeah.
You want to talk, you should have gone to your grandmother's house. Then afterward, you get them and you clock them, you know?
It's interesting how like a seat could get in your head. Like I've had that happen. Like where like, I remember I did Albany, the Funny Bone, and you can only hear the mic audio, but not the crowd. You ever be in a room like that? So the kid before me, I says, oh my God, this kid's fucking bombing. I didn't hear one laugh. I said, I got to go out after this. And then you got to walk through like a mall to get to the fucking place. I walked through, the crowd's going fucking crazy. I was so mad though, because I'm listening to the kid who had to be, and he's doing a lot of politics shit, you know? I don't really love the politics shit. And then besides that, he was blasting the crowd. So now when I go out, you know, they want, like they're a little, if I say something silly, it's Mo. But now after he's fucking telling the guy he looks like a molester and this and that, you know what I mean? So he's calling him a molester. I'm telling the guy he's glacier fog, he get windshield wipers. It's different, you know? So I went out to this fucking thing, and what I'm trying to say is they planted the seed in my head, and I was like all fucked up. I had to like tell the crowd, like, I got to sit down for a minute. All right, Mo. And it got even worse. There's fucking one girl, she's a good-looking girl, she's with these guys. This happens to me all the time. A guy is a fan, and he brings a girl, like on a date. Like, you don't bring a date to a Little Mo show. That's not what you do, because she ain't going to like me, and I got to look at her face.
That's why you have a female opener, to give something to the women.
It's hard to travel with a female opener.
Huh?
It's hard to travel with a female opener. You got to put them in this and that.
Yeah, you put them with respect.
No, I know, sister. But there's a lot of these shows I'm doing, they're little, you know?
What do you mean they're little?
I'm saying some of these shows ain't making cock. You know what I'm trying to say? I got to learn how to navigate it. But listen, I learned from that. But what I'm saying is, it got stupid.
Listen,
the girl got thrown out.
These fucking people that come to my show, after the show, they're all girls that buy them. My boyfriend really was a fan, so I bought him a ticket. So that's why you put a woman there. You want dates. You're just saying this online, open. Now bitches are gonna go, Little Mo don't want us at the show. I want everybody at the show.
No, I mean like when a girl's magicians, not a fan,
then no chick's gonna like you, Mo. You think a woman likes me when I'm talking about the shit I talk about? But you do it with a smile on your face to the best that you can. But you have a female to give the women, oh my God, it's such a treat. And that's it. They'll shut the fuck up. The rest of the night, you give them a chocolate martini and they're done.
Espresso martini's nice.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
God forbid you fuckers serve them in here.
But no, what I'm saying to you is that there's a strategy for everything. Like this is, you'll learn this throughout the years. There's a strategy for everything. And it's like betting. I don't know, do you gamble?
I actually stopped.
Okay, so
Recently, 8 weeks.
the problem is with gambling is that you're always going to lose. But if you know certain little things, or, listen, Pete Rose lost. Michael Jordan lost betting himself. You can't pick him. Nobody could pick him. You're going to end up getting your dick sucked.
Nah. I always fucking save money since 2009.
You can do to enhance you. It's the same thing with stand-up. There's pure talent, and then there's the 10% talent that you got to pull out of the air. That's what makes it special. That's what make people buy those tickets. Okay, you got to have that formula going. You're getting them in there. A lot of people have to do comedy 20 years before they learn how to get somebody in there. You've already covered that. Now you got to realize how you're going to keep them and how you're going to build off.
I never been to, this is my first time going to the same clubs. I'm talking about that I headlined,
Right.
so
Now,
I don't know.
When was the last time you were at these clubs? I don't want you at a club.
The only one,
18 months.
Yeah, it's been a year.
18 months.
18 months.
You want to give yourself time to grow.
Yeah.
The agents will put you there. Oh, he sold a lot of tickets. When do you want to go back? Then they push you back and they give you New Year's. Go back the fourth time. They're saying your material. You lost.
Yeah.